Hello everybody and welcome back to Borlahan for the County Intermediate Hurling final replay between Care and Golden. We started up a tremendous game of hurling here 2 weeks ago. Now we'll give you the teams now just in a moment. We'll start with the Care team. Care show a little change from 2 weeks ago, just one change in the team. I'll give you the team now. In goal, Liam Enright, right full back David O'Gorman, full back Tom O'Donnell and cornerback Dan Casey. Half-back line, left back Colm O'Flaherty, centre-back Richard Sweetman, and on the other wing I have Donny Casey. Centre field we have James Hyland and Michael Ahern. Now we have a change here. Pat O'Brien goes in at wing forward, wearing number 10. Centre forward Johnny Conway and number 12 Darren O'Connor. Corner forward we have Paul Fraser in the team instead of Declan Wright, and Seamus Kirk at full forward, and Matty Cummins the captain there, top of the left. And now we'll introduce you to my colleague here, John Louis from Golden, who will give you the Golden Kilfeacle team now.
Thank you, John, very much, and I hope they don't finish in that order when you called out Care first. I'd expect Golden, hopefully, please God. Golden are out there on the field, clad in their unfamiliar colours of the red jersey with the white togs. The Golden team line out as follows: in goal is Liam Rafferty, number 2 is Donny Cross, 3 is Tony Cooney, and 4 is John Corvin at cornerback. Number 5 is Brian Leamy, 6 is David Fogarty, son of Jim and Patricia's. Number 7 is Gerard Louby from Clahalee. Number 8 is Niall Fogarty, and number 9 is Liam Sherlock. Number 10 is Philip Ryan Shiner. Number 11 is Dahi Fogarty, the captain and son of Joe and Mays. And number 12 is Philip Ryan Shiner, or not Philip Ryan Shiner but Brian Leamy, sorry. Number 13 is Seamus Halley, number 14 is Tom Leamy, number 15 is Packy Hallisey. The referee is Johnny MacDonald from Ross Gray, and a huge crowd, possibly a record crowd for an intermediate final, is gathered all around. These two teams gave us an epic struggle the last day with all the skills and the thrills and the excitement of good Tipperary hurling, good hard shoulders and good scores, etc. And there's Dahi Fogarty, the captain, out there with the referee, and the Care lads are in there on the left hand side for their photographs, etc. And the slight breeze which blows right across the field to the stand on the far side. That's the breeze blowing across there on the stand on the far side, as I said, and it wouldn't seem to favour any team at whichever way they play. But Golden have made a couple of changes. The last day, the two centre field men, one of them has gone back, wing back, and the other has gone wing forward. There's Jim Fogarty there with white pants and jumper. And by the way, that jumper doesn't belong to Jim at all. He told me things are going bad, he can't even afford a jumper. That jumper belongs to somebody else, but that's beside the point. And the referee is, as I said, Johnny MacDonald. His linesmen are going over to their positions, and we hope and look forward to a good game. And Man of the Match award is sponsored by John Quirk of Quirk Jewellers in Care. And so the scoreboard men are setting up below there on the right hand side down in the corner, Golden and Care.
Conditions almost ideal, John.
Oh yeah, John, conditions are ideal. We had a good drop of rain there yesterday, but today, thanks be to God, it has cleared off. And tomorrow and Tuesday, Wednesday, there's a lot of rain forecast, but for today the conditions are very good. Grand sun shining across the field there, and hopefully, John, these two teams will get down to. There's the referee shaking hands with both captains out there. Dahi Fogarty waiting for the toss now. We'll just see who wins the toss. The Care men have won the toss, and they're playing. Care are playing from left to right, and Golden are playing from right to left. I'm handing it back now to John Quirk. There's big Eddie Maloney down there in front of us.
Thank you, Johnny. Nice to see Andy Maloney taking his place on the bench today. Hopefully he'll make a return to the Care colours there, to the Care team. That sometime during the game be a big boost for Care if he does, but I think Andy still has that major injury problem, so hopefully it won't do him any harm if he has to come onto the field at some stage. Now Care, as I've already said, going to play with the breeze. Jimmy Casey, who came on on the second half. The last day made a big difference to the Care team. Indeed, Jimmy takes his place there on the bench, having received an injury there.
Our man on camera is Brendan Keltons, and just down here on the right we have the Kilkenny man there walking. That's Michael Hanran there from Thomastown in Golden, just walking in there. Michael is looking after the hurling balls and the hurleys for Golden, and there's the Golden team getting their photos taken. Danny Hallisey out there as well, great stalwart of the Golden team back a few years ago. And the selectors for Golden are Jim Fogarty and Liam Sullivan, along with Dahi Fogarty, the captain. The other selectors, and on them everything hinges for victory today. Golden are having a bit of a pep talk. This seems to be the usual thing with the All Blacks, etc., and rugby, and Liam Sully is in there giving them a pep talk. Sully gave marvellous service to Golden down through the years, and I've no doubt that Golden are well focused for today's game. Tom Leamy is going back in there full forward. On him will depend a lot of for victory. Golden will depend a lot on him today. Tony Coney is back there at full back. Mark and Shamie Quirk, I presume, did a good old tussle the last day, and it's like everything else. We just look forward to a good hard game of hurling.
Where would you see be the vital sector here, John, in this match?
John was wondering where do we see the vital sector. I think Golden are strong up the middle. Tony Coney at full back and David Fogarty at centre back and Niall Fogarty. I think that's a good move at centre field, and Dahi Fogarty centre forward. And I thought that full forward, John, our full forward Tom Leamy, on him a lot depends today. We're hoping that Tom Leamy can, as well as bring victory from the jaws of defeat today.
Thank you. Everything's set now. Johnny MacDonald checking his watch there, checking the teams now. Care playing with the breeze in the first half. About to start this county intermediate final replay. Golden breaks away first now. It's Fogarty in the ball there. Brian intercepted there by Sweetman. Sweetman now. Doherty Fogarty still in possession now, being forced outfield. Nicely worked there by Michael Ahern. Michael Ahern onto Pat O'Brien pulls first time. Up along now, Paul Fraser, his first touch there. Paul going to the centre now, taking the ball on the ground. Nice ball back to Darren O'Connor. Darren O'Connor finds a great shot, a great score there. Very good opening there for Care after about 1 minute of play. Golden man down injured. Jarluby seems to be down there. We didn't see what happened there, but it seems to be a knee injury. Any comment on that?
Yeah, both of them seem to be pulling on the ball there, and Pat O'Brien possibly caught Gerard there on the knee, and Gerard Luby's knee hasn't been great all year, and he would be a huge loss to him because he's a terrier-like player and gives it all, and is a very clean player, but he plays very hard, and played a marvellous game the last. That's James O'Donnell in there as well with Golden and Joan Cash and Jim Fogarty. They would be concerned if no Gerard is back okay, and the puck out now by his Liam Rafferty, the Golden goalie there, son of Tygan Madges there from Castlelake Golden. Up he comes with the puck out. Rafferty's a great puck out. He lands this ball about 75, possibly 80 yards out from his own goal, down on top of the Golden half forward line and the Care half back line. The ball comes off the Golden man beyond into the sideline to Golden Kilfeacle on the far side. That's Pat Ryan, or Philip Ryan Shiner there as number 12, and the sideline it's taken beyond, I'd say, by Colin Flaherty, who had a marvellous game here the last day in Borlahan's beautifully layout grounds. He strikes a beautiful ball into the centre. A bit of stalemate beyond, and they pull and jockey for position, and the Cairman is down, but it comes back to Colin Flaherty in a great clearance from him up towards the goal and half back on Gerard Luby's under it, and young O'Brien tips the ball in, but Tony Coney comes out. He's tackled there by the Care half forward line, and Coney goes down, but is a big man and a farmer by profession, and Coney's gone down, but it seems to have been a small, maybe he got a bit of a dig coming through. We'll see it tonight on the video, the compliments of Brendan Kelton's videos there in Care. And they'd be concerned as well about Tony Coney because he had a marvellous game the last day, and really would I say he possibly had the beatings of Shamie Quirk the last day, but Care lads tell me they weren't happy with the way Shamie played the last day, that he's far better than that. He has got the man of the match award in a couple of matches this year, and they're looking to Shamie today to provide would I say the leadership today up front. But Tony Coney is down there, and Liam Sullivan and Jim Fogarty in there concerned about Tony. I would be concerned myself as well that our big men up the middle would be that they'd all be fit and well to play.
Of course, Coney would be a tremendous loss here if he was to leave the field, but I'm sure he'll be okay after a bit of treatment there. Care starting the game very well, aided by this fairly strong breeze blowing from the Cashel into the Holy Cross side of the goal. Coney still receiving treatment out there very, very quickly, but I think was hit by an incoming Care player there. I think it was Pat O'Brien. But Coney still receiving attention there out with the centre back position, a long way from his own goal. His limps back, seems to be hobbling a bit there, but I'm sure he'll be okay. Free out now for Golden to be taken by Liam Rafferty. This long hitting goalkeeper now. Standing back now. Striking. Very, very massive puck into the wind now. Unbelievable puck. Going into the Kerr goal mouth. Tried to be kept in play there by the Golden man, but the ball adjudged to have gone out over the end line and wide. Let off there for Kerr now. We'll see now how far Liam Enright, the Kerr goal, who will puck this ball. Wind seems to be very much in his favour. Doesn't appear to be as long as Rafter is one, but still a very good puck there. Kerr much more physical now in the first few minutes there. Darren O'Connor going through, trying to get the ball in. Free in for Kerr. Darren O'Connor taken down there. There's a bit of a melee developing over. That's a bit unfortunate now. Johnny McDonald will have to take charge here. 2 or 3 players now at it over there. Very unfortunate incident. It's a pity now.
That's right, John. 'Twas the one thing, I'm sure Golden Club and Care Club didn't set out for this to happen, but often it can happen after a drawing game, that you could have a bit of a, would I say, kind of it's like a hangover after drink. You could have a bit of a rawness in your stomach for the opponents and things like that. But you know, the ref will call him in together and have a bit of a chat with him and tell him belt away as hard as they can. There shouldn't be any more about this, because often it looked worse there than actually it was. And he had awarded a free to Care, and I'm wondering at this stage, will he still leave it stand, or will he throw in the ball? He may throw in the ball, I'd say. Yes, he decides to throw in the ball, and that's Darren O'Connor at the moment seems to be creating a small bit of a problem there for Golden, but he throws in the ball, and Golden pull hard there, and Care pull as well, and the ball is behind on the far side. John Corrigan is there, but it comes out to the 9 men, which is a Hurling back to Colin Flaherty. He had a marvellous game the last in the semi-final. His shot is blocked down there by Niall Forte, son of Joe and Mays, and they're all in there jockeying for position. It comes across to Johnny Conway. Johnny Conway is upended there by the Golden man. It's about 45, maybe 50 yards out. The ref decides for a retaliation or words back. Golden haven't settled down at all to their usual type of hurling, and this type of hurling wouldn't suit Golden at all. A small bit Gordon would naturally, Kerr would like to play hurling and that, but Kerr physically stronger than him, and O'Connor's to take the free. It's about 35, maybe 40 yards out from the Golden goal. Smashing player, won in All Ireland under 21 there about 3 or 4 weeks ago. Ben's lift strikes, and it's unerring accuracy. It just goes to the right of the post and wide, and the puck out is again by Liam Rafferty in the Golden goal mouth. Rafferty's a huge puck out. He can drop this ball possibly 90 yards down on top of the Golden half forward line, the Kerr half back line. Rafferty comes out in a huge, gives it plenty of air and plenty of height, and it comes down on top of Niall Fogarty there, and Dahi's watching the break, and Sweetman gets the ball away, but it comes to Brian Leamy on the far side, a guard from Monaghan, a great ball into the centre. Dahi Ford's gone up along with Sweetman. Sweetman gets this ball again, he's good in the air and sends it out over the sideline on the far side. And it's a sideline to Golden for Golden. Kilfeacle to be taken by Brian Leamy, the guard from Monaghan, and son of Jack and Reeny's there, and Thomas Down, and a brother of the full forwards, Tom Leamy. They shove Brian back, wing back today, and hopefully his long clearances would reach the Golden full forward line. Brian Leamy about to take the sideline cut beyond on the far side under the newsstand. A low ball that comes off of the Golden Hurley. Niall Fogarty's there, and it's a sideline to Kerr beyond on the far side. The stand beyond on the far side is absolutely packed there, and down along the sides, both sides. The ball is to be taken, the sideline is to be taken by Colin Flaherty. Cathal Casey's the coach of the Kerr team, and he has done wonders with him, sidelines, etc. You'd know that they've been well tutored and well schooled. A low hard ball, and it comes on to by Philip Ryan Shiner. He drives along the ground, but Dahi Fogarty's beaten the pull by Sweetman. That's a very good pull there by Sweetman. The ball goes out on the far side. The ref said it's a 50-50 clash, and no, it's so the linesman has given the line ball to Golden Kilfeacle on the far side, and the sideline is to be taken again by Brian Leamy. A fine build of a chap, about 6'1" or 6'2" age, 24 or 5 years of age. It's Brian Leamy beyond on the far side, and beside the linesman there as well. New ball going into play, that one gone out over the ditch on the far side. Golden have at the moment, after I suppose 7 or 8 minutes play, have no pattern at all to their play. They're just not seem to be clicking, but that's down to Kerr's hard hurling, etc., and that's all part and parcel of the game. Niall Forty's there along with Jamesy Hyland. The ball breaks on the far side, but again it goes out over the sideline on the far side, and it's another sideline to Kerr to be taken again by Colin Flaherty, son of Colin, who's teaching in Cashel, and is a marvellous footballer in his day and a marvellous coach as well. And that's Colin Flaherty beyond now, as I said, has a marvellous could land this ball inside in the square. The Golden full back line is very far out. and but that's well covered by David Fogarty, Jim's son. A very good catch by David Fogarty, the centre back, and a grand clearance from him about up the field to the goal and half forward line. That's David Fogarty and Brian Fogarty are in there, but there's Philip Ryan Shiner run onto the ball, and Donny Casey gets the ball, and Pecky Hellesy is out further still and drives the ball across towards Jimmy Helly, the chap that scored the golden goal the last day. But the Care half backline have this very well read, and Flaherty drives the ball up, and Johnny Conway pulls in a tremendous connection by, and Coney is there again, the chap from Grantstown, a grand clearance from Tony Coney up this side of the field. Brian Fogarty runs onto the son of Joe and Mays. He'll round his man when he gets it, that's what he does, and he's been followed by Casey on the inside, but Brian Fogarty plans to go left and go right, and a great ball from him that just goes to the left of the post and wide. The wind failed to carry it, he didn't allow enough for it, or he allowed possibly too much, and went to the left of the post and wide, and the puck out now again by young Enright, Care goalie. The pub there in Care, where the Care boys were doing all the drinking up to about 2 months ago, they gave up the drinking, etc., and they concentrated on hurling, and that's the important thing. That's the result. They're in a county final today. A great puck out from Enright that lobs on the golden half back line, golden full back line and half back line. The Care half forward, full forward line is connected on there brilliantly by Brian Leamy. A good clearance from him up towards the golden half. Sweetman is on along with Dahi Fogarty, the captain. Sweetman fails to hit the ball, and Casey connects on it again from Brian Fogarty, and Golden look to be in a small bit of trouble at the moment. Care doing a lot of ground hurling, maybe Cahill Casey's this forced into him, but Dahi Fogarty is there along with James E. Highland, and that's a good clearance from Care that comes across to Darren O'Connor again. This chap is well able to travel when he gets the ball, and a grand ball across, but Tony Coney is this very well read as well, and he sidesteps Shamey Quirk, and Coney is still there, and Shamey Quirk, and a good kick from Tony Coney, and he looks to have been fouled after the ball was cleared, and that's free to Golden from approximately about just inside the halfway line. The freeze to be taken by I'd say possibly, is it Rafferty or no, Philip Ryan Shiner. He'll take it to about 65, maybe 70 yards from the Care goal. Johnny MacDonald there places the ball with Philip Ryan Shiner. This man won a lot of matches for Golden this year with deadly accurate free taking. He bends, lifts and strikes, and a smashing ball from Philip Ryan Shiner that just goes to the right of the post and wide. Tis hard to get a score here at the moment with a strong breeze blowing across the field, a strange kind of a breeze blowing across the field. Well, Paddy, there's Paddy Lund beginning with his son Joseph. Now the match only on about 10 minutes, and Care lead on the score of 1 point to Golden's no score. The puck out again by Enright in the Care goal. A long ball, and it's pulled on there by Niall Fogarty, and a great deal of him out to his brother Brian. Brian runs through the heart of the Care defence, and a great shot from Brian Fogarty that just goes to the right of the post and wide, and Golden will have to steady up now, because Brian Fogarty would appear to have the beatings of his man out here on the wing, and that's 2 misses there from Brian Fogarty that normally should be put over the bar with players of intermediate hurling standard. The puck out again by Enright in the Care goal. What a marvellous game he had in the drawing game, and he drives the ball out towards the centre field half back line, half forward line, and Johnny Conway is under along at David Fogarty, and it's a tremendous catch there by Darren O'Connor. A beautiful catch from him, and a dangerous ball in around the goal and goal map. It just goes to the Rafferty polices the ball well to the right of the post and wide, and I'm handing it back now to John Quirk.
Just about 12 minutes gone in the first half. Care just still 1 point ahead, but appear to be playing with a very tricky breeze there. Long puck out by Rafferty, out up into the centre of the field. Up goes Ahern, or Sweetman I should say. Doesn't quite get hold of the ball. He fouls his man there. Free in now for Golden. Also out there we have James Highland, definitely confirmed as a Care man. We asked his mother before the game, and she should know where he comes from, and definitely confirmed as a Care man, James Highland. Now we have Packy Hellesy taking this free now. Good run from Packy, a nice point there for goal, and that's the equaliser. Packy Hellesy taking up the free taking duties there for goal, and puts that one over after about 13 minutes of play now. Point each. This county intermediate hurling final replay. Great tussle there between Johnny Conway there. But the ball, David Fogarty in by Highland. Coney comes out again, blocked down by Cummins there. Johnny Conway charges through, hard pulling there now at the moment, stalemate out there. Pat O'Brien goes in again. Fogarty is in there battling away from it. In by tricky ball now. Rafferty adjudged to have picked the ball off the ground, but not really quite certain about that, but referee definitely gives a free in for Care.
Yeah, John, I'd be 100% certain there now. I know I'm wearing glasses and things like that, but certainly I'm 100% certain the ball bounced inside when Rafferty caught it, and I've no doubt it did, but maybe it was for some other incident. I don't know. It's not, because the referee's awarding a penalty, and after 12 minutes of play, this could have a serious result on the game, but the referee has to blow as he sees it, and he saw it as a foul by Rafferty. Although it's not a penalty, the Golden have lined the goal. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 men in the goal. Tony Cooney and Darren O'Connor to take the free there from approximately 21-yard line. He bends, lifts, strikes and drives the ball over the bar. Wilmot, and the score after about 13 minutes of play is Care 2 points, Golden Kilfeacle 1. That looked to be a harsh decision, but it suffered a consequence. We have another 47 minutes to try and win the game, and I presume that it might make an awful lot of difference at the end of the game. Rafferty in goal there, the son of Tygan Madgens there from Castlelake. All the players outside the 21, up he comes with the puck and drives a great ball, gives it plenty of height. Down on top of the Golden half centre field, Niall Fogarty's under along with Sweetman, but Herden wins the ball and out towards O'Connor and Brian Leamy, and James E. Hyland running beyond on the far side. He's beaten to the ball there by Niall Fogarty, and now it's Brian Leamy again, the guard from Monaghan. His shot is well blocked down there by Johnny Conway, who's having a marvellous tough game in there at the moment. That's Conway's type of hurling. He likes it tough and hard, and Golden haven't settled down whatsoever, but if Care can keep up this kind of pressure on Golden, they certainly will have Golden in big trouble. I honestly thought Golden would win. I suppose John Quirk thought the same thing for Care, but I suppose we agree to differ, and it's a free to Care from just round the halfway line there, about 70 odd yards, and the goalie Liam Enright comes up to take the free. He looks at the goal post, a tricky breeze. He gets down, hunched well over it. He bends, lifts and strikes a great ball in towards the goal. Oh yes, it looks a great ball, but it's a goal. No, it's not. The referee is giving a free out. Care were in the square, I would say myself. Golden in the square. Jim Fogarty here out here, urging on his charges, not happy at all. They're not really giving it all. There's only a couple of the players functioning at the moment. The rest of them look to be kind of dead in themselves, and referee to take the free from the 21-yard line. He'll possibly land this below on the Care 21 as well. No, that's not a good puck at all from Rafferty down towards Brian Fogarty and Niall Fogarty, and Gerald Luby runs onto it but slips, and David Fogarty wins the ball on the ground, and now he comes to Dahi. Dahi will go through the heart of the Care defence. He's gone 5. He'll have to hit it off the stick now. He's keeping going, but he's followed by the number 2 man and the number 6. A great shot from Dahi, well blocked down by Casey, and Dahi nearly got in again, but a great clearance out towards very well caught by Flaherty. And a great clearance from Flaherty again out towards Johnny Conway, but David Fogarty has this ball and could point it from this distance, and a great shot from David Fogarty that no, it just goes to the left of the post and wide. That was hard look from David Fogarty, the other Golden centre back, the son of Jim and Patricia's, and Enright had it looked to have it well covered. The umpire inside was spot on there in his decision, and Liam Enright with the puck out again. Cool Balyan Coher. A great puck out there from Enright, lands down on top of David Fogarty and Johnny Conway. This is a hard pull in there between them the whole time. Conway wins the pull, but Dahi Fogarty wins the catch, and is foul there on the half back line, and that's James D. Hyland there as well with the green helmet. The referee says to go back with the ball slightly. David Fogarty, the captain, will possibly lodge this inside in the square. Golden have left a bit of space there for Tom Leamy and MacDonald. He sends the ball out towards Packy. Packy runs onto the ball. The ball, first touch doesn't come up well. Packy get the ball onto his Kitoak side. Brian Fogarty going up along the far side. Still well policed by the number 2 man from Care, Davy O'Gorman. And O'Gorman wins the ball inside. Brian Fogarty still on him, and it just goes, it goes out over the Care man stick, and it's 65 for Golden Kilfeacle. The score after about 15 or 16 minutes is Care 2 points, Golden Kilfeacle 1 point. I'm handing it back into John Quirk.
Yes, Care leading by 2 points to 1 now. Golden a chance here of equalising. Care appear to be playing fairly well in the early stages of the game, but still only 1 point clear, and actually I'm astounded by the distance that some of the Golden fellas are getting into their pucks, as particularly it appears to be playing against the breeze. A great free here from Fogarty. Very dangerous one into Liam Enright, takes it well in goal and gets a quick clearance away now to the far side of the field. Out comes Darren O'Connor. Darren O'Connor races onto and Brian Leamy. Ball into the centre now by O'Connor. Fogarty there on his own, nicely blocked down by Pat O'Brien. Picked up by Paul Fraser. Paul Fraser now trying to get Donny Cross. Appear to be fouled, but the referee is going to throwing the ball here, I'm sure. Johnny MacDonald appears to be right on his game now, right up with the play here now. Got to throw this ball in between Donny Cross here and Johnny Conway, mad to get into the action as well now. Hurley's down, Conway charging into it now. Fogarty there and Fraser as well, battling for it very close to the sideline. They haven't even room to swing their sticks, but the ball comes out now to goal man Niall Fogarty. Fairly tight now towards the line there, up to Sweetman. Sweetman pulls fairly hard there. goes back, gets it again away on the ground now, picked up again by Fogarty. Brian Fogarty now gets in a very good puck, but again to the left. Appears to be going to the left and wide. Let off there for Care. Golden appear to have about 5 or 6 wides at this stage of the game. And relieved Lehman Wright picks up the ball there and about to puck it out now. Hand you back to John Luby.
Yeah, the one problem I see here in Borlahan is that all them posts behind the goal post, they actually can be deceiving and put players off, but that's the way it is. It is good for the Gooses. They got on a great black down there by John Corbin out towards Philip Ryan Shiner and Colin Flaherty, but Flaherty wins this ball again and he's really commanding the middle there, and Golden want to make some bit of a change there around the half back line because Care are dominating there nearly on the half back line at the moment. Our players would look a small bit in trouble, but maybe they might come good in a minute or two. I suppose often it is hard to change. Or inclined to hope that thing would pick up. Rafferty with the puck out again, a long puck out and down on top of Dahi Forty, the captain, and Davy Ahern and Sweetman, they're all there. And Jamesy Highland flicks it across towards Brian Fogarty again. Brian Fogarty's been playing very well in a smash and pick out from out towards Gerard Luby. Gerard Luby looked to be high tackled by Casey, the care man, and it's a free to Golden Kilfeacle from about 45, maybe 50 yards from the Care goal, and the score after about 17, probably 19 or 20 minutes is Care 2 points, Golden 1, and this game has yet to reach the heights that it reached last day. That's Packy Hennessy, son of Danny and Joni's there from Abbey Golden. Get outside, bend, lift, strike, and looks to be tremendous accuracy, and that's Packy Hennessy, 2 points for Packy and 2 points for Golden Kilfeacle and 2 points for Care. Sides are level after 20 odd minutes, and as I said, both teams have to settle down now and play a good old brand of hurling, because that's what we expected from them today in the county final. Although I suppose any even don't mind who win or what kind of hurling they play as long as they win. Tony Coney has this ball again and he's tackled there by Shemmy Quirk, and he's tackled there by half the goal by the Care back line. He's hooshed off the ball and the referee is bringing the ball up 10 or 15 yards further. He's having a word or two there with Shemmy Quirk, and I presume he's not asking Shamey how's his health and things like that, because Shamey looks a fine healthy boy and the ref wouldn't be concerned about Shamey's health anyway. That's one thing sure and certain. Rafferty in the golden goalie there with the green jersey in the cap, like David Wattle, the man who ran in the Olympics a good few years ago, and a great shot from Rafferty in towards the goal. Now Tom Leamy goes up for the long with O'Donnell the butcher from Care, and Packy Hennessy runs across to Packy. He's getting into it more today. He'll get it on his Skidog side and he'll drive it right across the goal mouth. I'd say that's what he'll do. No, he loses the ball beyond on the far side, and it comes to Michael Ahern, who clears the ball out towards Niall Fogarty. Niall way out on the far side and a great ball in, but Tom O'Donnell has covered along with Tom Leamy. This man can cause great problems to Dahi. Throws the ball out to Dahi. The ball won't come up for Dahi Fogarty. He loses it out to number 13, Pat O'Brien. Pat O'Brien shot his half blocked down there by Brian Fogarty. This is a stalemate out there, and Darren O'Connor runs onto along with Brian Leamy. Brian looks to have the hand on the back but got away with it, and the ref gives the sideline to Golden Kilfeacle beyond exactly on the halfway line. Both players are asking the Care boys now to come back there from the ball, and the sidelines will be taken by Brian Leamy, who is going fairly okay on Darren O'Connor beyond on the far side. Brian takes out the flag beyond out of his way there. The ref brings back number 6, so that's Dahi Forty and Johnny Conway from Care. Brian Leamy, a great connection by Brian Leamy up towards Niall Forty. Hard pull there by Niall Forty and Colin Flaherty and Philip Ryan Shine on the ring there. And I think Golden Kilfeacle probably made a change at the moment. They put Philip Ryan Shine on a great ball from Dahi Fogarty out towards Packy Hennessy. He has to connect on the ball, and Tom Leamy runs in the shot from Lino. He misses on the first time, and it comes in 10 right, and this will be a huge clearance from in right. Tom Leamy half hit it there, and it comes down on top. Donny crosses this game very well read, and out towards Gerard Luby. Gerard Luby will let this ball go on the ground. No, a great ball from Gerard Luby, a smashing ball in towards Thomas Leamy and Tom O'Donnell, and O'Donnell catches this well, the butcher from Care, and a great ball out towards the centre of the field again. Donny Cross runs onto it, lets the ball run, does it go out over the side, and no, Pat O'Brien keeps it in, but it's a sideline to Golden Kilfeacle right here underneath. That's Donny Cross and Fraser there, and Jamesy Highland and Gerard Luby down there tussling for position, but it's a sideline to Golden Kilfeacle, and sideline is to be taken by Gerard Luby, the left half back here, the chap from Cloghley, son of Dinny and Breeders. Donny Cross going back on his man, and that's Niall Fogarty there in front of us well on Ahern and Davy and Highland are all there, and Niall Fogarty runs onto that ball again. He's been tackled by Jamesy Highland. Jamesy Highland gets this ball up, and Jamesy Highland goes across his own goal mouth. He'll drive this ball. A grand shot from Highland out towards Michael Ahern, and a great cross from Michael Ahern right across the other side of it. John Corban looked to be in trouble. No, it is very hard to beat Corban. It runs on to Matty Cummins, the captain. Matty Cummins, what can he do here now? He tries to make a better angle in from himself, but very well covered down by John Corrigan and Brian Leamy. And Golden look to be, the fellow says, folk acting about with the ball, but that's beside Matty Cummins goes through the heart of the defence, and Shamey Quirk is blocked there, but Tony Coney comes across, and great hand pass from Tony Coney out to David Fogarty, the captain. The ref waves play on there, a small bit of jockeying for possession, but Brian Fogarty runs onto the ball. This fellow will get inside the number 2 man for Care, and Brian Fogarty does. Packy Hallisey commits the foul and a free to go to Care from, and Sweetman gets the free there for Care, and the free is going to be taken by Lee Menright, and I'm handing it back in to John Quirk.
And right with that free down, Golden's first touch there on 2 occasions left them down. Leamy with a great chance of a goal, but Enright saved smartly now, but he resumes the game now with this free for Care. Probably about 100 metres out from the Golden goal. A very, very good ball. Lobbing in now very dangerously. Up goes Cooney, knocks it down well. Fogarty takes it there. Very good clearance out beyond midfield now. Coming down between Sweetman and Fogarty. Sweetman touches on. Flaherty comes in. Ricey traps the ball, gets it up into his hand and bursts out again. On the ground now from Flaherty. Up towards Pat O'Brien. Pat O'Brien. Very good ball in towards the centre. Matty Cummins and Shamey Quirk. And now comes Cooney with Shamey Quirk. Just knocks it down to Brian Leamy. Brian Leamy up to David Fogarty. David Fogarty catches it very well, and it gets a great ball now, putting Gordon right back in the attack. Up towards between Leamy and O'Donnell. O'Donnell is down on the ground, but half blocks down Leamy's shot. Brian Fogarty there and Donny Casey battling for. Brian Fogarty comes back, gets possession, turning inside and fires in a very good shot, but it looks a bit to the right and wide. Let off again for Care. Golden have had about 6 wides at this stage, compared with Care's 3. About 5 minutes left in the first half now. Long puck out by Enright. Down towards his centre forward, Johnny Conway. Johnny pulling very, very hard. The ball breaks now. Gerluby gets it away out on the ground. Michael Hurling in there for her as well. In towards the centre, putting Care in the attack. Fogarty comes out now, trying to get the ball. Stalemate here, high pull there by Fogarty, but he gets away with it. Ball comes back to Shamey Quirk. Shamey Quirk fires in the ball, but a bit to the left and wide there. Score now is still 2 points each there. Very hard fought encounter here in the County Intermediate Hurling final replay between Care and Golden here. At a very well attended Borlahan there. Conditions absolutely ideal now at the moment, after all the torrential rain yesterday. Now we have a sub in the Care team already. Andy Maloney, who lost his place there through injury there after the South final, takes up his position. Looks like he's going in full forward instead of Shamey Quirk. Dramatic change here in the Care team. Andy going in full forward there. That's certainly a dramatic change. Andy normally plays his hurling at cornerback, but being thrown into the fray now at full forward. We'll follow the play. Rafferty gets out a mighty puck out again there. Hard pulling there between Sweetman and Fogarty. Ball comes to Gerluby. Gerluby tried to charge his way forward there, but gets in a very dangerous ball, lobbing down into the Care goal now. Absolutely dangerous. Enright, tremendous catch there by Enright. Comes out, being tackled there by Jimmy Halley. Jimmy Halley half blocks him down, but Enright gets in his clearance up to Niall Fogarty there, out beyond, around the stand side there, about 45 metres out. Gives a line ball to Care there. Be taken there from the 45 metre line by Colm O'Flaherty over on the far side there. Well packed stand on the far side there. Flaherty, a low ball up very close to the sideline again. Out comes Brian Leamy, gets possession there. He's been tackled, he goes down there. The referee blows now. Didn't seem to be a very hard tackle, but Leamy went down very, very quickly there. Going to receive attention, whether he pulled some muscle or whatever. A vital stage of the game now, just before the half time, and certainly a dramatic change here in the Care team, where Seamus Quirk being taken off there at full forward and Andy Maloney being thrown into the fray at full forward there to try and curtail the strong tackling Kilfeacle full back there, Tony Cooney. Andy, the son of John the publican there in Palmucka.
Yeah, John, coming up to half time, it's anybody's game at the moment there. That Golden would look to be missing a few chances there that they could well regret in the second half. And Brian Leamy has gone down there injured on the far side, and Golden don't seem to be getting into it at all. They seem to be play acting about with the ball there, and nothing constructive at all from their type of play. No spraying passes across the field and that, but That's possibly due to Clare's hard marking, and Clare in my book are playing very well at the moment. And it comes to Dahi Forty, the captain. A great ball from him in towards Pecky Hennessy. Pecky's come out a small bit. Pecky wins the puzzle, but Tom O'Donnell, the butcher again, and Tom Leamy and Brian Forty runs onto the ball, rises it again. That just goes to the right of the post and wide. That would possibly be the third or fourth wide there from Brian Fogarty, who's just not on his accuracy today, but playing well apart from that. He's getting to the ball and things not going right for him, and a puck out again by Enright on the far side, but Liam Sullivan is calling Golden are calling on a sub here. Jim Fogarty, they're having a bit of a consultation there with the linesman, or that's the referee, Johnny MacDonald. Or Golden going to introduce a sub. There's a sub warming up on the far side anyway. Looks like Brian O'Connell. I think we have a sub on at the moment. Dahi Fogarty is coming back there from centre forward out towards further back there towards the centre field position of Highland. Golden down to 14 players. I don't know how they introduce this up at the moment, but the puck out very well pulled on there by Philip Ryan Shiner, and that's Liam Sherlock there. The chap shot is blocked down very well by a Heron, and Kira pulling on this ball on the ground. That's number 18 Maloney is in there, and Fraser is in there, and Gerard Luby gets the ball away, but Darren O'Connor is still on the ball and trying to rise it amongst 3 or 4 Golden men. Comes out towards Niall Fogarty, brother Dahies. That's number 8 Niall Fogarty. A grand clear from him up along the far side, but Golden having this situation with it all. Tom Leamy has to come out from full forward, and Jimmy Helly was way out of position there and very well caught there by Darren O'Connor, who's playing very well at the moment. A great ball from him across to this side of the field. Pat O'Brien is out here on his own, but we're asking here where in the name of God and a great shot from Pat O'Brien, and a tremendous score just to the left of the post and wide. It looked a score from here, but just went to the left of the post and wide, and I'm sure the cameraman, all the lads here on my right hand side thought it was a point, but the umpires below waved it wide, and Golden were lucky to survive that bout of play. Goldman hobbles back onto the field. Philip Ryan Shiner has come back wing back here, and with David Fogarty and Gerald Luby, and Dahi Fogarty's gone centre field. And a puck out again by Rafferty. Dahi Fogarty goes up, but Sweetman is pulling very hard today and nearly took the hand of a Dahi there, and that's John Corvin. A marvellous game he did last day, and Corvin's a grand sweet corner back and a great ball up along towards Jimmy Helly, and Jimmy Helly pulls in that ball and it goes on further still, but that's Mickey Herman there. That's a great man for Care out towards Pat O'Brien and Gerald Luby here. Gerald Luby bats the ball down towards Liam Sherlock and Highland, and Highland gets in on top of it as well, and Sherlock pushes the ball off. Dahi Fogarty will get down over this ball now. Things just aren't going Dahi's way today, and Gerald Luby runs onto the ball as well, and Gerald Luby, Pat O'Brien wins that ball up along the far side, and Andy Maloney, the publican, and Tony Coney on the inside him. Andy Maloney back towards, but Gerald Luby gets the ball, and a great clearance from Luby, about 55, maybe 60 yards of a clearance up towards a Herden, and very well caught there by a Herden again, and it comes back to this side of the field again, and Pat O'Brien is way out on his own here. What can he do here? Gerald Luby rushes in to try and block him down. A great dangerous ball in around Rafferty, blocks it down well. Johnny Cummins is in there, or Matty Cummins, the captain, but he's cleared again by John Corvin, half blocked down to Johnny Conway and Philip Ryan Shiner. Philip Ryan Shiner goes down on this ball. Golden, Johnny Conway is there as well. They're all jockeying for possession, and Conway gets the ball inside, but Golden, John Corvin saves the day beyond on the far side, and a grand clearance from Corvin under the new stand beyond on towards Jimmy Helly. Jimmy Helly pulls on this ball, and there's a hard pull there beyond, and it comes across to Pecky Hennessy, and a great ball in towards Dahi Fogarty. He's gone 5, 10, 15 yards, and Dahi Fogarty about 35 yards out. A great ball that just goes to the right of the post and wide, and Golden Kilfeacle find it very hard to score today. We're in the last minute of the game of the first half here, and a great puck out again by Enright. Care goalie has come to their rescue a couple of times, lands the ball down here on top of the half back line. Gerald Luby's on along with Pat O'Brien. Pat O'Brien is there as well, and David Fogarty, he's a class centre back there. Foul there by Fraser, and free to Golden Kilfeacle from their own half back line to be taken by David Fogarty, son of Jim and Patricia's there, the petrol pumps in Golden, working in Tullis himself on the tip miners for the last 3 years. David Fogarty bends, lifts and strikes, and is Andy Maloney warming up again. That's the county Andy, and if he comes in, lads, it's like everything else, although we wish him the best of luck, and I hope that the knee stands up. Care need him as well, and the ball comes out towards Highland, and Jimmy Helly with one-handed. Jimmy Helly breaks the ball down for Brian Fogarty, and Brian Fogarty's hooshed off the ball there. It looks to be in a small bit of a late tackle. This could be the lead for Golden, just coming up to half-time from about 40-odd yards out, and the free will be taken by Philip Ryan Shiner. It's slightly to the right of the post beyond, and Tom O'Donnell there, the full-back, is in around the square along with Tom Leamy. The ball, anything can happen. hit off the goal post. You'd need a full forward and full back there. Spins, lifts and strikes and just goes to the, yes, a marvellous point for Golden Kilfeacle and Philip Ryan Shiner, who has gone back, wing back at the moment. Just coming up to half time here in Borlahan's beautifully laid out grounds, and the puck out again by Enright in the goal for Care. It's 3 points to 2, and the referee blows up half time here in Borlahan with Golden Kilfeacle leading by 3 points to 2, and both selectors now will go in and take charge of their team and tell them, etc., what's needed to win. I see Care were warming up. Big Andy Maloney, the county player there, and he could spell trouble for Golden Kilfeacle. We'll see you after the resumption.
Thank you, Johnny. It was a very strange kind of breeze, Johnny, today, blowing across the field. It appeared to favour Care, but yet some of the deliveries from the goalman have been absolutely huge.
That's right, John. Yeah, I'll tell you, I before the match I walked over beyond in front of the newsstand there, and the breeze seemed to be blowing straight down across the field. And when we come over to this side, the breeze is blowing from our backs here, right across towards the stand. So it's a strange kind of a breeze. And Golden missed a good few points there in the first half. As I said, John, maybe the breeze contributed to it, but also when you look from here where we are standing, there towards the goal there on our left-hand side, there's a lot of, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like there's 6 posts behind the goal post, and it can be misleading for a player, like if he's under a small bit of pressure. But I suppose it's like everything else, players will have to get used to that, and Borlahan can't do anything much about that.
Who were the men that you think played well now for goal in the first half?
The men I thought played fairly well for goal, and I suppose going through the team, Rafferty didn't get an awful lot to do. John Curran is playing fairly well at corner back there. Anthony got to do, he done it well, and Coney looks to be in top there at full back. Donny Cross would be holding his own, and the half back line we've changed. Brian Leamy there at half back. Philip Brian Chiner's gone back there now. David Fogarty I think is playing fairly well at centre back. He's going fairly well, and I think our Gerard Luby is going okay as well. Our centre field pairing are probably holding their own. Dahi Fogarty, the captain, I'd be a small bit disappointed with Dahi, and I'm sure he'd be disappointed with his own type of play. Things just aren't going right for him. He's a small bit keyed up, etc. And I suppose being captain of the team, he has a fair burden on his shoulders. The 2 half forward, Brian Fogarty's going very well, except that the scores aren't coming for him. And Packy Hallisey, I think, is playing better than he was the last day. Packy will admit that wouldn't be hard for him to do. But Tom Leamy, O'Donnell looks to have the measure of Tom Leamy inside there. And Golden are, in my book at the moment, John, Golden are in a bit of trouble. There's no question about it. Like Care possibly, I'd say are happy with themselves with the way they're playing at the moment, you know, and so you'd never know.
Yeah. This win seems very unusual. We'll see how it goes in the second half, but Liam Enright is steady as ever in goal so far. David O'Gorman playing very well. Tom O'Donnell also doing very well, and also Dan Casey. Colin Flaherty probably not as outstanding as he was in the drawn game, but still very, very prominent there. Richard Sweetman is having another outstanding game at centre back. Donny Casey, we haven't seen an awful lot of Donny in the first half. James Highland doing okay. Michael Hearn playing pretty well as well. Johnny Conway really in the thick of things today as well, and Darren O'Connor, we haven't seen as much as Darren as the last day, but I'm sure he'll come more into the fore in the second half. Pat O'Brien pulling very, very hard in there. Shammy Quirk will be disappointed there. He didn't have an awful lot of time maybe today to show his true skill and his true play, but Matty Cummins, well, Matty hasn't got a lot of the ball yet, but I'm sure we'll see much more of Matty, the Care captain, in the second half. So we'll break now for the moment, with Golden leading by 3 points to 2 at half time. To Borland for the second half now. Golden already out on the field there. The Care fellas making their way back onto the pitch now. Everything's set for the second half. It's a very low scoring game. Golden leading by 3 points to 2. Referee Johnny MacDonald out there in the centre of the field. Any changes in the Golden team, Johnny?
Yeah, John, Brian Leamy is injured, and we have Michael Fogarty, a son of Michael Sayer and Sheila in Mental Hill Golden, there centre forward. Dahi Fogarty, the captain, has gone out wing forward. Mark and Colin Flaherty say beyond on the far side, and that's about the only changes Golden have. We'll say we have Philip Ryan Shiner back here at wing back. Our centre field pair remain the same, Niall Fogarty and Liam Sherlock. As I said, that's Michael Fogarty from Mental Hill now, no relation to any of the other Fogartys. He's centre forward, and he's on Sweetman, who I think had a fairly good command in game in the first half. He held the middle there, and not an awful lot came through the middle when he was there. I think Care are pulling fairly hard on the ball, and that's why they're in front. Golden are kind of standing back at the moment, and maybe Jim Fogarty there trying to rouse his troops now there. He know that they'll have to play far better in this half. The second half is about to commence here in Borlahan, and the score is Golden Kilfeacle 3 points, Care 2 points. He throws in the ball, and Golden Kilfeacle and Sherlock and Niall Fogarty win the ball, and it comes back to Sweetman, who wins the ball up towards O'Connor is beaten by Philip Ryan Shine, and it comes to Michael Fogarty from Mental Hill. He drop pucks the ball. The referee says play on. Does a bit of hard pulling into Philip Ryan Shiner, runs on for the ball. He'll cross it right across the field. No, down into the corner towards Jimmy Helly. Jimmy Helly, a grand ball from Jimmy Helly that just goes to the right of the post, and why Jimmy would have been better off if that ball went straight across the goal. And Jim Fogarty knows that as well. Straight across the goal that ball should be put, because Eddie Kearney's heyday wouldn't score from that angle. The Careman is down injured. It would look to be Colm O'Flaherty, and Colm Flaherty I thought myself, had a fairly good game during the first half. Of course, had a marvellous game in the drawing game, and he would be a huge loss there if he was to go off, but hopefully he won't. It's only just a minor injury. It's hard to knock them Flaherty's out. They're tough guys, and that the Care mentors are in there. They have okayed everything there, and it's a puck out for Care, who are playing from right to left. And it comes down around the centre field pair, and the Night Fogarty's under it as well, along with David Fogarty, son of Jimsy's Hurley, is caught there by the Hurling, the Careman, and it's a free for Golden Kilfeacle to be taken about 85, maybe 90 yards out from the Care goal. And Philip Ryan Shiner's going to take this free. The breeze is blowing right across for the stand there here in the second half. He bends, lifts and strikes and drives the ball about 65 odd yards down on top of Sweetman and David Fogarty and Michael Fogarty to go up for it, but Care win the free. Donny Casey was fouled, and it's a free from the 21 to be taken by Liam Enright, the Care goalie. Jim Fogarty is shouting at Packy Hallisey there to go back into position. I think myself that Golden are crowding a small bit there. I think there's a free to be taken, that Tom Leamy should be given far more space inside around the goal mouth. The ball is taken by Enright, the free is taken by Enright. Johnny Conway pulls down with David Fogarty, and Liam Sherlock is back there, and Sherlock wins the ball up towards Michael Fogarty from Mental Hill, who has played okay now since he's come on, and out towards Tom Leamy and Tom O'Donnell. But O'Donnell, the butcher from Care, comes out with the ball. That's a good run out by O'Donnell. He's gone 25-30 yards, but if Care could... The referee pinpoints there a free for Care, and he says that Tom Leamy was the man that committed the foul, and it's a free for Care. And maybe with the breeze, etc., he might be able to allow for it, and maybe Enright will be able to become the first goalie in the county intermediate final of the two games to score. He's about 90 odd yards. It would be a marvellous free if it were to come off. Bends, lifts and strikes and gives it plenty of air, and it looks to be on its way in towards the Golden goal mouth. They go up for it. O'Connor goes up for it, and the ball is Packy Hallisey and Donny Cross. They're in there waiting to pull, and Tony Coney's behind him as well, and a great shot and a great point for Care for Darren O'Connor. A tremendous score from Darren O'Connor off his Kittogue side, and Golden don't seem to have mastered this Kittogue side at all that Darren O'Connor seems to favour, but that was a good point, and the sides are level now here after about 4 or 5 minutes. That's 3 points to Golden and 3 points to Care, and the puck out again by Liam Rafferty in the Golden goal. It's a long ball down towards his half forward line, and Dahi Fogarty's under along with it comes to Michael Fogarty from Mental Hill. He gets down over. Michael has played fairly well since he come on. He tries to get the ball across, and the Careman wins it on the far side, and Johnny Conway and David Fogarty, Jim's son. David has had a good game, and he prints to go left and clears it off his left hand side into Brian Fogarty. The ball wasn't hard. Look, it didn't come down into his hand, and Dan Casey and Tom O'Donnell, and they're all in there and goal. Look to be on a breakaway now, and it's Jimmy Helly wins the ball and throws the ball out towards Packy Hallisey on the far side. A great shot from Packy Hallisey that just goes to the one umpire signal right, the other signal left, and the man with the pint flag said that he was over the bar, and that's the man that counts, and the referee says it was over, and the score, a grand score there from Packy Hallisey on his Kittogue side, a grand point from him. The Golden lead by 4 points to 3, and the puck out again by Enright, who was half missed his puck out, and it comes to Brian Fogarty being challenged there by Casey on the inside. Brian Fogarty is going through, and a great shot from Brian Fogarty that just goes to the left of the post and wide, and hard look on Brian Fogarty there, and Enright, Care goalie, had it well covered anyway. The score now is Golden Kilfeacle 4 points, Care 3 points, and the puck out again by Liam Enright, the Care goalie. Puppy comes in a great ball up towards the centre fieldman. Gerard Luby is there along with Liam Sherlock and Niall Fogarty, and it's one there. Pat O'Brien taken down there, and it's a free to Care from halfway line. I'm handing it back now to John Quirk, and most of the pundits up along the sideline, they still say that they fancy Golden Kilfeacle to win, but the ref is going to shove the ball back here to a small bit. Now Golden Kilfeacle, referee brings the ball 10 yards further, so I'm handing it back now to John Quirk.
Referee making the Golden fella pay the penalty there, bring the ball up 10 metres. Michael Ahern to take this free from beyond the halfway line now. Fires in a very good ball. Very dangerous one, drops down now, battling for it in there. Cooney trying to get it out though, get it towards Paul Fraser trying to go down the ball now, cutting in towards the centre, blocked well down there by Fogarty. Fogarty having an outstanding game, gets the ball up the field now, goaling on the attack again now. Good ball line, good ground ball there by Flaherty. A strong challenge from James Hyland there. Fouls the Golden man. Free for Golden now. Very scoreable position there, and their goalkeeper Liam Rafferty advances out to take this ball about 25 metres inside his own half. And he's capable of scoring this one now. But he didn't quite get hold of that at all. It's a strange kind of a breeze here. Appears to favour one team at one time and then seems to turn around again. Chance now for Golden. The sub coming on there, turning. Doherty forward, he turns nicely, puts the ball high over the bar there. The lead for Golden again.
That was a great point there from Dahi Fogarty. He was looked to be there in trouble with two care men around him, but he got in his shot well, and it's a great point, dead straight over the black spot, and Golden Kilfeacle now lead by 5 points to Chaos 3. The puck out again by Enright, 6.5 minutes, and I'd say the breeze is favouring Golden Kilfeacle. Niall Fogarty's under that ball, and he breaks it down to his brother Brian. Brian, the insurance official with New Ireland, gets the ball across towards Philip Ryan Shiner. Philip Ryan Shiner keeps it going on the ground along with Jimmy Helly and Careman number 4, and the ball comes back into Dahi Fogarty again. Shot is half blocked down and cleared out by Donny Casey out of the centre field. Niall Fogarty runs onto it again. A tough bit of hurl on Niall Fogarty. Niall goes on his ball, and a great shot across from Niall Fogarty, and a great the ball hit off the post and comes back into play, and Tom Leamy pulls and he gets it out to Packy Hellesy. He'll bury this ball. Yes, a great shot. We could see it all over. Well done by Tom Leamy, the Golden full forward there. He putted that ball out towards Packy Hellesy, and I could see it coming. Packy on his Kitog side is deadly from that range, and from about 20 yards out, a tremendous goal for Golden Kilfeacle, and Packy Hellesy buried it in the back of the net, and young Enright had no chance whatsoever. There's a Golden player down in front of us here. That's Jim Fogarty there on the left hand side in the kind of a pink jumper, and Michael Hanrahan, the Kilkenny man, married to a girl in Golden. Michael there looking after the hurleys and that, and looking after all the youngsters in the Golden team for years. PJ Collins is in there as well, along with Liam Sullivan. They're concerned. It looks to be Brian Fogarty just gone down. It was a great ball from Niall Fogarty, originally from in from centre of the field, hit off the goal post and came down, and Tom Leamy, as I said, footed the ball out to Packy Hellesy. Good vision by Leamy, and Hellesy stuck it in the back of the net to make the score. Golden Kilfeacle 1-5, Care 3 points, and Care now have a really an uphill struggle here in the second half in Borlahan. Andy Maloney, I saw warming up there before half time. I don't know whether Care are going to spring him into action or not, but there's not an awful lot of ball going up beyond midfield, and I think Golden have the advantage of the wind at the moment, because Enright is not getting in tremendous puck outs like he did in the first half or in the drawn game. The Golden man Brian Fogarty is recovered, and a great puck out again by Enright. It drops down around the centre of the field. Davy Herden is under it along with Devon O'Connor, very well caught by O'Connor, and Liam Sherlock was in there trying to lock him. A low ball in towards Johnny Conway, and Kira running across, and Rafferty runs out and a great ball across, just goes to the right of the post and wide. Have looked there on young Paul Fraser there. He got to the ball all right, but Rafferty kind of shuttled him away from the goal, and the ball went to the left or the right of the post and wide, and the puck out again by the Golden goalie, young Rafferty there from Castlelake Golden, government employee. They tell me that he's 23 years of age and single, or should be single. I don't know whether he's single or not, but that doesn't make any difference to the Care men. The ball is pucked out again into the centre of the field, and it's gone over the line on the far side, but very well kept in play by Packy Hellesy, and that's Flaherty beyond the far side and clears the ball up along towards Gerard Luby and Pat O'Brien, and a sideline for Golden Kilfeacle on the far side. The sideline will be taken by Gerald Luby beyond on the far side. The chap from Claherlee, 18 years of age, and had a marvellous game there in the drawn game, and will come into action here now again. He goes back beyond on the far side to take the sideline. Up he comes in a great sideline from Gerald Luby. Tough time Leamy running onto it, and O'Donnell is there as well, the Care full back, the Butcher, and the referee awards a free there. Golden Kilfeacle are better off to concentrate on the hurling, and because they're doing well when they get down to the hurling. Free there for Care on their own, probably 24 or 5 days up in the goal. The free to be taken by Liam Enright, the Care goalie. Up he comes, bends, lifts and strikes, and sends the ball down towards the Golden half forward line, Care half back line, and our Golden half back line is caught there by Devon O'Connor again, or Jamesy Hyland. Jamesy Hyland looks to be fouled there by Philip Bryan, but the ref waves play on. Free out for Golden Kilfeacle. Free for Golden Kilfeacle. free to Gordon Kilfeacle, and the free to be taken by Liam Rafferty from his own 24 or 5 yards from his own goal. Rafferty will drive this ball because the breeze would appear to be favouring him from this angle here now, and that's Jim Fogarty there smoking fags and gave up the pipe for today. He couldn't get the pipe lit at all, he says, on a windy day, and the ball comes to in towards Tom Leamy and Tom O'Donnell, and there's hard pulling in there, and Gordon Kilfeacle and Packy Hellesy has played very well today out towards Brian Fogarty, dead straight in front of the goal, shot half blocked down, comes to out towards Gerard Luby, going through the heart of the Care defence. Luby sidesteps his man, the ball knocked out of his hand and cleared again by Pat O'Brien, and a hard pull there by Colin Flaherty out towards Gerald Luby. Again, a great hand pass from Gerald Luby out towards Packy Hellesy. Packy Hellesy's hooshed off the ball there and out towards Matty Cummins on the far side under the new stand beyond, up towards Tony Coney and Andy Maloney. Coney wins that ball and the ball comes off his foot out on the far side. Coney is not standing there or taking any nonsense from anybody that goes in and top him, and big Andy Maloney here in front of us asking the Care lads to shake it up. He knows that they're in a bit of bother at the moment, himself and Jim Fogarty there, the two coaches urging on their charges. Big Eddie knows that Care have died here in the second half. They played very well in the first half and they got the same commitment in him. The side and is half hit beyond by the Colin Flaherty and Jamesy Highland, they're all in there. Donny Casey has the ball and drives it in towards the Golden full back line, but again Coney's underneath along with Andy Maloney, and Coney wins that ball and bats it out towards Niall Fogarty, son of Joe and Mays, and Niall clears that ball up towards Michael Fogarty and Packy Hellesy, and ball breaks towards Sweetman. A lucky break there for the centre back. Sweetman gets the ball and well hooked there by Tom Leamy. Tom Leamy, a great ball in, but Tom Casey, his own man, catches the ball, but Leamy looks to have been late tackled, and the referee MacDonald from Rossgrey gives the free to Gordon Kilfeacle from about 30 odd yards out to the left of the post, and the free is going to be taken by Packy Hellesy. Packy's hitting it dead straight into the breeze, which is blown across. Jim Fogarty telling Michael Sherlock to go back out around centre of the field, which is the right position for him. Davy O'Gorman is booked for Care. And looks to be injured as well, but Packy Hellesy from his Kittogue left-handed side will take this free, and Gordon Kilfeacle lead on the score of 1-5 to 3 points after about 10 or 12 minutes of play here in the second half. Maybe the conditions are a small bit sapping on the energy and strength, etc. there, that the game hasn't reached the heights at all of the last day, but Gordon Kilfeacle won't mind that because they lead, as I said, by 8 points to 3. Jimmy Halley, or Jim Fogarty telling Jimmy Halley, spread the keep away there from the goal mouth, give Tom Leamy there plenty of room, because that's what Leamy wants. If Leamy gets room, he can create the Care full back line. He's a handful for any team. There's a bit of a lull here on the pitch in Borlahan and into the second half, whilst both teams are waiting for the Care man to recover. Care would appear to have brought out Colin Flaherty, John, I'd say, out there around centre field. Is that Colin? Yeah, he's marking Niall Fogarty now. Andy Maloney, John Quirk tells me, has gone back into his more familiar position of cornerback. There is a few changes around, but Care will certainly, Johnny Conway has gone full forward. Care will certainly have to pull up their socks if they want to bring this game back, or bring this trophy back to Care tonight. We're hoping, as usual, to get the cup back to his pub there on the main street in Gordon, along with Murphy's in the corner and the Bridge House, and the referee brings the ball in 10 metres, and Sir Roland's in Thomastown. Packy Hellesy bends, lifts and strikes and drives that ball deadly accurate over the bar for a great score for Gordon Kilfeacle and Packy Hellesy. Packy halfway to the second half, and the score is Gordon Kilfeacle 1 goal and 6 points, Care 3 points, and I'd say Packy Hellesy has accounted for probably 1 goal and 3 or 4 points of that score. They're jockeying for possession there, and David Fogarty and Fraser run to the ball. Fraser hoosh of David Fogarty off of it, and Jamesy Highland runs on, but Tony Coney comes out again. Coney and John Corrigan, they're all in there. The referee awards are free to Gordon Kilfeacle. That's Niall Fogarty that's gone down. Jamesy Highland there, son of Packy and Mary's there from the New Inn area of Care, as having his name taken. He's confirmed by his mother there. He's in the parish of Care, but he's on probably the New Inn side there of that area. And Niall Fogarty has gone down injured there. I didn't see the actual stroke, but Niall's a tough young fella, and I presume he'll be back in action again for us. The free is going to be taken, I'd say, by Rafferty. He has come out of the goal mouth to take this free. Jim Fogarty and Sullivan are in there to tell him to cool things down, because Rafferty was doing a bit of shouting there and singing the last Sunday night. Thought the goal were going to win handy, but it calm him down and tell him that they still had to beat Care in order to get the cup back to Golden. And Care are a tough team, and they could still make a good fight of it if they got an outscore. You wouldn't know how to resurrect them. The ball is taken by Rafferty in towards Tom Leamy and Tom O'Donnell. Tom Leamy puts up his hand. Packy Hallisey is in there. Tom Leamy, and it comes out to Dahi Fogarty, the captain. Dahi Fogarty takes a shot that's low. It's well blocked down by the Tom O'Donnell, and it goes out over the sideline and or touched the end line there for a 65 for Golden Kilfeacle, and the 65 will be taken by Philip Ryan Shiner. Or Packy Hallisey it is. Packy from Abbey Golden, working in Dairy Gold, along with Dahi Fogarty, the captain. Packy has kept Golden in the hunt today, and as a result of his accuracy, has him well in front.
Golden appear to be in a very strong position now, 1-6 to 3 point halfway through the second half, and a chance here now for, it looks like it's very close to the line there. The flag didn't go up there, and a let off there for Care. Fumbles out for another 65.
Johnny, I walked that goal mouth just before the match, and 'tis very sanded, and I'd say like when he was expecting to bounce there, and it bounced in the sand, and we all know if you bounce a ball in the sand, like, it can be a real dead bounce, and I'd say that he was deceived there more than anything.
The Golden Chargers were defied there by the bunker, we'll say. CK are about to introduce Jimmy Casey into the game now, and certainly they would need some kind of a tonic at this stage, because Golden very much in the command, leading by 1-6 to 3 points. Now can they stretch the lead? Good shot there, but a bit to the left and wide. Ryan Shiner there, a little bit off target there now. Care Chargers trying to rise their game now. Great catch again by O'Connor. O'Connor going through the centre there, being harassed by Fogarty, still going with the ball out, try to flick it out there, but Fogarty gets back in there. Golden and Fogarty emerges with the ball now, certainly one of the contenders for the man of the match, but well blocked down there by Pat O'Brien, and here comes David O'Gorman. Strong challenge there by the Golden man. David O'Gorman fouled. Fogarty still down there, appeared to get a knock around the head there. Chance now for Care to get back into this game again. Neil Fogarty getting some attention out there. We resume now with a free for Care. Golden still leading 1-6 to 3 points. About 14 minutes left in the game. It's Darren O'Connor now with this free. Looks like Paul Fraser's gone off the Care team, and Jimmy Casey is in now. Jimmy with a knee bandage on him. Darren O'Connor takes that free now, but a bit to the left and wide. A let off there for Golden. Certainly a very, very strong position. They lost a 6 point lead the last day, but it doesn't look like they're going to lose it today now. Care played their last ace now. Looks like Jimmy Casey is top of the right. Time ticking away now. 13 minutes left in the game. Ball comes back to the Golden midfielder, or the centre forward there. Fogarty fires in a great ball. It's high and over the bar there. Dahi Fogarty there, the captain of the Golden team. Certainly inspiring his team there. He's gone out centre field now, John Loomy tells me. Stretching the lead to 7 points. Battling for there, it comes to the Golden man. Liam Sherlock now tries a long range effort, but it's a bit to the right and wide. Tom Leamy tried to keep it in play. The ball goes off his stick there and out wide. Leeman right now in a hurry to take this puck out. Bree seemed to have died a bit again. Out towards beyond midfield. O'Connor up for it again. Battling for it here now. Deadlock Fogarty's in there as well, but the ball comes to Flaherty. Flaherty gets it up towards John Corrigan. Corrigan gets in a very good clearance, but Golden on the attack up towards Dan Casey. Dan Casey half blocks it down. A chance here now, but Enright advances from goal, gets this ball now and clicks a very good puck out towards the centre of the field there, despite the efforts of the Golden full forward. Ball comes to Dan Casey. Dan Casey, good ball up along towards the far side. Johnny Conway battling for there, but Cooney gets the ball again and great delivery downfield again, putting Golden strongly back on the attack now over towards the far side. Liam Sherlock now on the ball coming into the game. Back to Packy Hallisey. Packy Hallisey now tries one from the very acute angle, but the ball goes wide there. Two men down injured on the far side. Looks like it's Sherlock and Dan Casey are down injured on the far side. Seemed to be a bit of a collision over there. Time ticking away now for Kerr. Just about 10 minutes left in the game. A great catch there by Matty Cummins, trying to go through there. He tackled there strongly by two Golden men. Referee blows up the play. Ref is way down to the far side, trying to attend an injured player there. Golden 1-7, Kerr 3 points. Very low return here from the Kerr forwards. On this occasion, only 3 points scored so far. They've only 10 minutes to improve on that. And right now with the puck out into the sun. Up goes O'Connor. Ball out to Michael Ahern. Michael Ahern up towards John Curran, going back for it now, being tackled by Matty Cummins, gets in his clearance. Strong pulling here there. Out comes Sweetman. Sweetman now very close to the sideline. Comes back to Fogarty there at midfield. Hard to recognise some of these players there. We're actually looking straight into the strong winter sunshine here now. Johnny MacDonald calling for the ball there. Around midfield, he's going to throw it in. Hurley's down now, strong pulling again. Comes back now, Dahi Fogarty. Appear to have taken the ball too far there. Free for Kerr now. Certainly, they'll throw everything into attack now, and they badly need well, not alone do Kerr need a goal, but the game needs a goal now at this stage. Well held by Fogarty, locked down by Cummins. Cummins, the Kerr captain, battling hard in there for now. Niall Fogarty. Tackled again by Cummins. Gets in a shortish clearance, very close to the sideline, out over the sideline there, just in front of us here now. About 9 minutes left in the game. Golden still in a very strong position here. Good cut into the centre by Flaherty. Ball comes to Michael Ahern. Michael Ahern, oh, a shot in there, just saved by Rafferty. Very dangerous looking ball there. Forced out for a 65 by Rafferty. It seemed to be a little bit unsighted there. So 65 for Kerr to be taken by Colin Flaherty. Wind seemed to have eased somewhat again. Kerr supporters saying drop the ball in, but he doesn't really get hold of it now. Pat O'Brien there battling for it with Ger Luby, but it comes to Johnny Conway. Johnny Conway trying to get in his shot now. A dangerous looking ball, but harmlessly at the end to the right and wide. Let off again for Golden. Kerr doing most of the pressing now at the moment, but certainly Golden have to much better at the early exchange of the second half, and they've held their lead very well now. They've only about 7 minutes to go now. This county to be the hurling final replay. Ball comes to the Golden sub there. Michael Fogarty gets in his shot there. Battle inside between Leamy and O'Donnell, running in there now. Chance here for Golden for another goal. Jimmy Halley gets in his great save by Enright. Comes back again to Leamy. Peggy Halley see chance here and blasted over the bar there. Tom Leamy from point blank range blasts that ball over the bar. So Golden stretching their lead now to 1 goal and 8 points to Kerr's 3 points. So it looks like the cup is definitely going back to Golden tonight. Now here comes the Kerr captain, delivers into O'Connor. O'Connor seemed to have lost sight of the ball, taken down there, free in for Kerr. Taken here by Darren O'Connor with just 6 minutes left in the game, plus injury time of course, but I'm sure that lead will be good enough for Golden. Johnny, big comment, looking very good at this stage.
Yeah, John, it's looking fairly good for Golden at the moment. 6 minutes left and they lead by 1 goal and 8 points to Kerr's 3 points. The free is going to be taken here dead straight in front of us, about 25 yards out, to be taken by Devon O'Connor. David Fogarty there with the hurley up in the air. Devon O'Connor takes the free and drives it dead straight over the bar for a point for Kerr, and now the score is Golden Kilfeacle 1 goal and 8 points, Kerr 4 points. That's Kerr's first score in the second half, and they'll be very disappointed, but Golden are on top here, I'd say, in most positions. Dahi Fogarty coming out centre field has been a big bearing on it. Dahi is a grand hurler and captain of the team, and He's had a good second half there for Golden Kilfeacle. The puck out again by Rafferty in the golden goal. Out towards Michael Fogarty, who's made a big difference since he came on. He pulls in that ball along with Sweetman. The ball comes to Liam Sherlock, and he's hard tackled there by it seems to be Dan Casey, and it's a free for Golden Kilfeacle, about 40 yards out, and the referee is sending off David O'Gorman. David O'Gorman has been booked there in the first half, I think, and the referee is sending him off. So Golden Kilfeacle have a free dead straight in front of the goal to be taken by possibly Packy Hennessy, I'd say at this stage. He looks to be lining up behind it here. That's Philip Brian Shiner there getting a drink there from Jim Fogarty, the coach. He'll be delighted with the way his Chargers have won, but the Hurling men have been spectacular, but Golden Kilfeacle won't mind.
David O'Gorman, very unfortunate there to get sent off. It didn't appear to be a particularly hard tackle or anything like that, but he was in the referee's book before that. But I suppose Johnny McDonald had no other option, having already booked David. Very, very unfortunate, very distressed David O'Gorman there. Gone to the line there. And Packy Hennessy again stretches Golden's lead to 1-9 to 4 points. And certainly the cup very much looks like it's going back to Golden tonight. There'll be great celebrations there. Just under 4 minutes to go now. Johnny Luby in a particularly good mood here in front of me there. He's going in for his chips already. Golden on the attack now. Jimmy Halley, the goal scorer last week. Plenty of space now. Makes a good angle for himself. Gets in, his shot is high. Is it over the bar? Yes, a very good score there from Johnny Halley there.
Yeah, that was a great score from Jimmy Halley, and if any player deserved to get a score, it's Jimmy Halley, because he's been in the wars all year there, and was probably in hard luck there a couple of times. He was taken off. The selectors are forced to admit that there was times there he shouldn't have been taken off, but Jimmy got his score well done. He's well clear beyond by David Fogarty, the Golden centre back, but the ball goes out over the sideline on the far side, and Golden Kilfeacle are playing fairly well there all over. They look to be well on top. A sideline on the far side to be taken by Colin Flaherty. Tom Leamy now looks to be coming out, and Michael Fogarty is going in full forward. Golden Kilfeacle this game well and truly sewn up today. I'm not saying in hindsight, but I did expect Golden Kilfeacle to win the last, and I was actually more confident today. That's David Fogarty getting a class there, holding his own out towards Tom Leamy. Leamy pulls on the ball, and Jimmy Halley runs onto it again, along with Andy Maloney. Jimmy challenges him well, and Tom Leamy is in there as well, foraging for the ball. Leamy gets it, no hurl in his hand, and a great ball across towards Dahi Fogarty. Dahi's whooshed forward across to Dahi Fogarty, a great ball in, but Enright catches that ball and drives it way out here towards the midfield, where Niall Fogarty, a brother of Dahi's, runs onto it, well batted down by Niall Fogarty. Niall Fogarty's played very well all through. To me, he's the most consistent player that Golden have had in this game for consistency. Niall Fogarty, it was a good move on the selector's part to play him at centre of the field. The last day we were kind of in trouble at centre field, and I suppose the one way was to change, and they changed Niall Fogarty out, and he's been very commanding there all through. Tony Coney, the full back there from Grantstown, issuing plenty of instructions. I can hear him here 100 yards away, and Philip Ryan Shiner bends, lifts and strikes and drives that ball over the bar, and Golden Kilfeacle are well and truly on the road to victory. 1 goal and 11 points to Chaos 4 points, and Michael Maloney replaces Donny Casey in the KR team. The ball comes to Johnny Conway, well challenged there by Dahi Fogarty and blocked down there, and the ball comes to Darren O'Connor. O'Connor is on the ball along with Brian Fogarty, and Brian Fogarty wins the free. And the one thing we don't want is a bit of hassling or jockeying for position there. The referee is going to take an old name. He takes the name of Darren O'Connor. Johnny McDonald he had a good old game the last day, and I would have to say in all honesty he had a good old game today. He certainly does things that go on and off that they'll miss him that, but on the law of averages, the ref had a good game today. I don't think Keir could have any fault with him anyway. David Fogarty, the centre-back, son of Jim and Patricia, is about to take this free from about 80 yards out. Bends, lifts and strikes and sends a great ball in towards the Keir goal mouth. Enright goes up, catches the ball, and Enright can't be faulted for Keir's, I'm going to be premature when I say Keir's loss. The ball comes to a Hurling and drives it up towards the Cummins and Matty Cummins and John Corrigan there. Cummins the captain, but it's very well read there by Brian Fogarty. This fella's all over the field, and Brian Fogarty drives the ball down towards Tom Leamy and Sweetman. Leamy goes high and Sweetman goes high, but Dahi Fogarty wins this ball and dead straight in front to goal. His shot is half blocked down in towards Packy Hennessy, and the ball goes inside. Packy Hennessy will bury this ball again. No problem at all to Packy Hennessy. struck that with his right hand side there. We'll have to say that. That's 2 goals and 3 or 4 points that Peggy Hennessy has scored, and possibly will be in line for man of the match because he took his 2 goals very well. There was a slip up there by the Kerr fullback Tom O'Donnell, and there's not an awful lot Kerr can do now. The ball runs across to Tom Leamy. Leamy has come out again and fires a great. This is the way Gordon like to throw it around. Sherlock runs onto the ball, but Niall Fogarty, the most consistent player, and a great pass from Niall Fogarty across to Gerard Luby. And Gerard Luby drops the ball in front of Jimmy Helly and Michael Fogarty, and Tom O'Donnell is there. Jimmy Helly is there trying to on his own, but he's judged to have put his hand on the full-back's hand, and it's a free for Kerr. In the last moments of the game, the cup would look to, as I said, to be on its way to Tooheys tonight, and the Bridge House and Murphy's there in the corner. They'll all have to get an old turn along with the Sir Owens and Thomastown, and I'm sure the Kerr lads, if they come up tonight to goal, they'll be more than welcome, because there's not any great bitterness between the 2 clubs, and Gerard Luby wins that ball and kicks it up towards Niall Fogarty. I honestly believe myself Niall Fogarty across to his brother Dahi, way out here on his own, dead straight in front of the Kerr goal, and a great shot from Dahi Fogarty. That's a great score for Gordon Kilfeacle and Dahi Fogarty, the captain. Níall mar hurtig would say Colleen Gohana Waha son Fuerin Gowleen August Dahi Fogarty as Balya Kilfeacle. The puck out again by Enright in the Kerr goal, and we're in the last moments of the game. McDonald looks at his watch, the referee, it's all over here. Gordon Kilfeacle have won the county final, and John Quirk congratulates me here as co-commentator. It is a marvellous victory for Gordon Kilfeacle, and we'll try and go and meet some of the players now for an old bit of opinions on the game and that. And Jim Fogarty and Sully there, they're delighted, gone in across the field, and here's Joe Fogarty to congratulate him as well. And Golden deserved to win today. They played well, and I honestly thought, I said it to John Quirk before the match, and I said it to a few Kerr people as well, Jim Kelly and Tolmuck, I thought Golden would win by 7 or 8 points. It was just a gut feeling I had that they were slightly the better team. They possibly had more hurlers, but Kerr I thought had better commitment the last day, but Golden had the hurling and the commitment today, and Kerr in all honesty weren't at races today, but that is no discredit to them. They've done marvellous to get to a county final, and we wish them the very best of luck in the intermediate competition again next year. So we'll go and meet some of the players now.
Second half display, they were fully deserving winners in the end on a scoreline of 2-12 to 4 points. So heartiest congratulations to Golden, the county intermediate hurling champions 1995. And now we'll go over for the match celebrations and the man of the match award.
There's done an awful lot for Golden hurling. Jim Fogarty and Liam Sullivan. Without the 2 of them, I say we could be playing even Junior B. We wouldn't even win that. But they've taken an awful lot of stick over the last couple of years as well. And I'm glad we won this from today. I'd also like to thank Michael Sherlock and a Clareman, PG Collins, who knows an awful lot about hurling, and we listen to him a lot. I'd also like to thank Joan Cash, who I suppose without Joan, Cash, David Fordy, I suppose, wouldn't have been able to play at all for the last couple of months. Also the supporters, who have let down an awful lot over the last couple of years as well. And 10 years, I suppose, yeah. And I'm glad we won that from as well today. And as well, we weren't able to walk, I think. There's 3 people that died who were members of the club this year. Mrs. Cooney, Alan Price, and William O'Sullivan. And I'm say they were praying for us today above in heaven. Yes, here. Also, 3 cheers for Kerr, who are missing 3 valuable players: Richie Quirk, Andy Maloney, and Pat Enright. 3 cheers for Kerr. Hip hip! Hip hip! Hip hip!
Man of the match.
Thank you.
The Man of the Match trophy is kindly sponsored by John Quirk, jeweller of Kerr. John is very good to us here at county board level. He has given a beautiful trophy, and there is 2 David Fogartys on the team, and this trophy for Man of the Match goes to the other David. And I just want to confirm that I didn't pick Man of the Match.
You just got the other day for wrong.
Lads, we have John Quirk here of Quirk Jewellers, who has kindly presented the Man of the Match award to David Fogarty, son of Jim and Patricia's, and I'll just hand you over now to John for a moment.
Just I'd like to congratulate Golden. I think they deserved their victory. I think they let Clare off the hook the last day, but they did certainly done it in style today, particularly in the second half, and I'd like to wholeheartedly congratulate Golden on a well-deserved success. So unfortunately it was Clare this time, but if we had to lose, we couldn't have preferred to lose to any other team but Golden, so that's the way. Thanks.
We have Farrell Dwyer here, our local parish priest in Golden. You're on the video here now.
You turn it on.
Well,
now, friends, one moment. Hold a minute, hold 1 minute. David, just to say one little word, congratulations on behalf of all the parish of Golden and Kilfeacle. And it's a secret let out. I went into the dressing rooms at the end, just when the team were coming out. I said, stop all the nonsense, I'm going to give you a blessing. I gave the blessing.
Hey, come on, Ballinew.
We have Arthur Landers here, a man who played 2 West finals with Golden back in the late 60s and the early 70s. Arthur, that was a marvellous win.
Biggest thrill of my life. I'm really delighted for everyone, the lads, and especially their selectors and their supporters. It's been a marvellous year for the club, and many more of them to come.
Thanks, Arthur, very much. And we have Freddie Coney here, and Jack Coney's young one from Grantstown. Well, did you enjoy that?
I did, and it was the Lourdes Water time work, Johnny. Thanks be to God.
Lourdes Water and Father Johnny, so Golden are the most religious team that ever hit a county final. How could you beat them? And we have another young one of the Coneys here. Did you enjoy that game? How do you think Tony played? Tony played okay. And who over here? Kevin Blake. Kevin, did you enjoy that?
Yeah.
That's Kevin Blake from Clahalee Golden. Kevin enjoyed that game along with... oh yes, I have Mrs. Rafferty here. Madge Rafferty, the mother of the outstanding goalie Liam. And he had a marvellous game. I think he gave up the women and the drink for the last fortnight, and he played very well, Madge.
Very, very well.
And are you delighted with the win?
Yes, delighted. My first time ever at a hurling match.
That's brilliant altogether. That was marvellous. And thanks very much for being the mother of him. Yes, because we have this man here, a Cap of White man.
I must congratulate you.
Congratulations here from Tommy Cross at Cap of White. Tommy, it was a marvellous win for Golden.
A marvellous win. I'm delighted to come.
Delighted to come. And Tommy, will you come down to Tui's tonight or the Bridge House or Murphy's? You will.
I will, to be sure.
Right, Tommy, you're 101% welcome.
I'll get a fella to drive me.
Thanks, Tommy. And we have Jimmy Helly here, is it?
Yes.
Did you enjoy that game, Jimmy?
Oh, indeed I did.
And the nephew played very well.
I did, yeah, Jimmy.
He got a great point.
Did, yeah.
Yes, because we have a great man here again, John Blake, from all the way from Golden. John, you enjoyed that game.
I did, of course. Why wouldn't I?
Do you think Jim Fogarty's a good coach?
I'd say he is.
Or is Patricia the head person in that team?
Aye, for sure he is.
Well, they tell me for a fact that only for Patricia the whole thing was gone.
Gone.
And we have Billy Toohey here from the pub in Golden, and we'll see him tonight inside. And Billy, you enjoyed that game?
Oh, very much. It was a great result.
A great result. And Billy, the young fella's out in Portugal. I presume you'll be ringing him tonight with the result.
I hope he'll be ringing me.
That's right. It's cheaper to ring from Portugal than it is to ring from Ireland. And we have Jerry Murphy here, the pub in Golden. Jerry Murphy. Jerry, you enjoyed that game?
I did before, Johnny. It was
So
a great match now.
We expect the team to give Murphy's an old turn there tonight.
There was a winner, Johnny.
To give the old pub a turn tonight. That's Murphy's at the corner of the Bridge House. Toohey's and Sir Owen's. Give them all an old twist, lads. They deserve it. They've been here in force. Jerry and Cathy and Billy Toohey and Baron, Leo and Mary, and they're all here.
For the men of Golden.
A great day for the men of Golden. And we have a couple of young fellas here, young buttons. Did you enjoy that?
Just I enjoyed it well there. Well done to Peg Healthy and his 2 goals.
These 2 goals. And young Fogarty, or young McCarthy, did you enjoy that?
I did too. I did fine.
And I have Paddy Berkery here again, a man that was flown back from Russia at great expense. He's like Khrushchev with the hat. Paddy Berkery, did you enjoy that game?
Was my verdict right?
Well,
We're 10 points a better team.
But Paddy, that's like a woman saying that she'd have a baby and she wouldn't have a baby. I mean, like, eventually she had a baby, so he wasn't right the first time. He wasn't right the first time, Jimmy, was he?
Well, I had to give him 10 points now, go home. I suppose I will.
Jimmy Berkery will get scuttered. He won't be seen in Golden for a week.
I have him home for Christmas anyway.
And what's more than that, he says now that he's 65, he's entitled to free drink inside in Billy Toohey's. But Billy said he's drinking fucking free there for the last 2 years anyway, so it's all a matter. And we have a couple of more here as well. Matt Fogarty there from Kilfeacle. Matt, you enjoyed that game? And it was a marvellous game, Matt. Victory to Golden, that's the important thing. And, right, because we'll try and get a few more players here as well. We have the couple of the women here now. We have Liam Sullivan's wife, Pauline, along with Trish Fogarty. She actually owns the petrol pumps in Golden. Jim has nothing at all to do with him, because if he had, I'll tell you one thing, it's like everything else. Jim is looking after the team for the last part, but Patricia's looking after the shop and the homeworks there for the last number of years. And Trish was a marvellous win.
Absolutely brilliant. I must congratulate Golden people. They really played their hearts out today.
And Trish, I see you got your teeth back.
Not yet, Johnny, no. I think listening to you by tonight.
Although Jim said you have your teeth in for the last 2 months, because he's getting an awful eating. So now I have Pauline Sullivan here, wife of Liam of the Spare Shop. Pauline, you enjoyed that win?
Fantastic win. I thought at half time we were playing well, but we weren't putting over the score. So at second half, I think we got down to business and they played very well. Delighted part.
Thanks, Pauline. We've marvellous supporters, and we've John Blake here to give Pauline or Patricia an old kiss. And that's what, if Jim Fogarty can see this tonight inside in Sullivan's, there'll certainly be a divorce. I don't know whether you can vote yes or no. To me, it don't make any difference. Yeah, we're voting for divorce, but I'd say one woman is enough for any man, and we'll go now and meet and try and meet some of the players. Oh, because we have two girls here. What's your names there? Maeve O'Donnell, a daughter of John's, and Eleanor O'Donnell, a daughter of Dennis's and Nora's. Did you enjoy that game?
Yeah.
And are you coming into Golden tonight to shout for this team? Yeah, they'll be around 7 o'clock. Get your father and mother to bring you into goal. We'll be back tonight around 7 o'clock. And Gerard Luby and Young Berger, did you enjoy that game?
Yeah.
Who are you shouting for? Golden. What do you think of Peggy had as his 2 goals? Was he like Cantona? Yeah. He was. He really wrapped him in. Canton is a knacker. This fella says he's an ABU supporter. We've more of them over here. We better go and get these guys here. We have John Fogarty here all the way from Dublin. John, did you enjoy that game?
Oh, Johnny, I'll tell you something. One of the greatest thrills of my life.
One of the greatest thrills of your life. And is he the first?
I wouldn't have too many words.
Is he the first Fogarty that's captain of a county winning team in Golden?
Well, I captain one myself, Johnny.
In the golf team, was it?
No, in 1959.
Did you, John?
I did, Johnny.
Did juveniles?
The juveniles.
Oh, big God, so like fellas like.
That's it. I think it's in the pedigree that we were captains.
Big God. John, thanks very much. 36 years later. And we have Joe Fogarty here and Jackie Burke. Joe, just hold on a second. Well, did you enjoy that game?
Fantastic. Just said to Jackie Burke, he's a long time going to matches, watching Golden matches, and you never see
well done, Joe.
You never see another time.
Joe,
see Golden winning a county hurling final anymore, of any grade.
That's right, yeah. Although John,
my time,
John told me he captained the team in '59.
But they didn't win a county final.
Oh, they didn't win a county final. And Joe, the hurling in the first half wasn't hectic. It didn't suit Golden, the toughness and like that. But when they opened up in the second half, they really went to town, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Our fault was missed chances the first half. Yeah. We'd have put it out of Keir's reach if Brian and David had scored those couple.
I thought Brian was playing well, but the scores just weren't coming for him.
Yeah, it's one of those days. But he played well later on. He played okay.
Yeah, and hard luck to Keir anyway.
All the bad displays.
Yeah, hard luck to Keir, and certainly Golden would like to see Keir coming out next year to win the county in the media. They're a grand old crowd, and like there was an old couple of hours, but sure, Lord God above tonight, we'd have that lads in the divorce referendum next week when we go off voting.
We wish Andy Maloney and Richie Kirk
all the best. Well, yeah. Thanks, Joe, very much, because we'll go and see some of the players over here. The father of the man who got the 2 goals. Then Pecky had a great game there in the second. I thought actually he played well all through.
Well, I thought he played well all through, Johnny, but the only thing I would say about the game was the first half, the 6 backs, they really stood out. I mean, we got a chance to score them. We didn't take them. But the 6 backs stuck with it, and we went in, was a pint up at half time. But definitely I'd say in the second half that Packy's goal was definitely probably the turning part of the game. I felt that whoever scored the first goal could go on and win the game, and we done it.
And Tom Leamy played a big part in Packy's first goal.
Yeah, Tom Leamy played a good game for the same reasons that Tom was holding the ball. When the ball came into the full forward line, Tom was holding it. And Tom held that ball in the full forward line, and he held it there in such time as Pecky could get in and take it. And he took his goal well.
Well, Danny, on my comment, I actually said Pecky scored a goal before he actually did score, because I could see a goal written all over it. Tom Leamy just footed the ball out to Pecky, and when Pecky is 20 yards out, I wouldn't like to be a goalie.
Yeah, well, that's experience, I would say, in Tom's behalf, John, because he's there a long time. And he knows when to hold the ball, and he held it well, and we got the goal, and thanks to God we went on to win the game.
And we'll have champagne tonight.
Without a doubt, Johnny.
Well, Martin.
Thanks, John.
It's a marvellous thing to come into a winning dressing room that have won a county final. And there's tremendous credit that's due to, I'll go back a few years, lads, to Tom Casey and them, the Lord Mercy and Miley Keefe and Michael Hannon, who brought on a lot of them youngsters, lads, and kept them going. And they came on then to the likes of Jim Fogarty and Sully and them, lads. And as a result, we have a county final today. Lads, we'll go out and enjoy ourselves tonight, but certainly for us supporters that are shoving on in yields, you give us great enjoyment. You give us a fucking heart attack in the first half. In the second half, lads, we could hear Coney Mountain, of course, 107 yards away. He was driving on his team, and that's what it's all about, lads. And I'm sure that Jim Fogarty and Liam Sullivan are absolutely thrilled because, lads, at the end of the day, if the team had lost, the gas thing about it is it's the selectors would be blamed. And but I don't think we could blame the two lads today. They stuck it well and they made a couple of changes. I thought myself the moving of Niall Fogarty centre field was a marvellous move, and I'm sure, Jim, you're absolutely delighted with this win.
I'm definitely delighted that the moves worked out because we'd definitely be wrong if it didn't miss out with Sully. But we have a knack of getting over that because I blame Sully and Sully blames me, you know. So.
And Sully's a good man to take the blame anyway.
Well, all you have to do is ask Shrimp about that and he'll tell you.
Jim, they actually say that Sully actually could be the latest thing is he could be voting for divorce now after this. Would you believe that?
Well, I don't know now. I'd say he's fairly cosy the way he's carrying on. Like I don't think he's
and we have Dahi Fogarty, the captain here. Oh yes, that's Dahi Fogarty, the captain of the team, lads. And to be captain like he led by example, he didn't do anything wrong for the last month or two. He kept these charges well going, lads. And that's what it's all about. A good captain. He brought you home, Clonmel, 1-1 at 4 o'clock. At 4 o'clock, but that kind of word wouldn't want to get out, lads. But that's Dahi, and we congratulate him to be captain of this gallant crew because the captains, Dahi, even in years to come, please God, and I hope to 70 years' time when you're having a big funeral, they'll always remember the captain. And I think Dahi has a bit of a presentation. Dahi, it's not for me now because I didn't do a great commentary.
You didn't mention me much, I'd say.
I did. Well, I'll tell you, I said you weren't getting stuck in the first half, but I knew you all had come well in the second half. And he has 2 boxes of his Irish Roses or something like that. No.
2 bottles of whiskey.
2 bottles of whiskey for the coaches. I presume it is it? Am I jumping to conclusion?
2 selectors, PJ or Jim Fogarty and Liam Sullivan, and just from appreciation from the players for what they've done over the last couple of months.
We're going to have possibly outside of Ben Dunn's stores the second richest super value in Golden or in Ireland even. That would be Liam Sullivan. This says
for sponsorship.
Actually, I had a few lines written, and for something like this, we'll say. Sully, of course, is the man with the nice vice. When taking your money, he is very nice. In Pauline, of course, he can pick a bird as good as I've seen. Mother of 3, could be 4. We call her Pauline. In Sully, yes, she got a nice bloke. Pauline, what are you having? A Bacardi and Coke. But Liam, listen. Liam, you really enjoyed that win.
I did, yeah. It was great win. Particularly after the last day, like we made heavy work of it. And today, I think the switch we made, I think, was a bit of a gamble, but it paid off. And I think, like with a selector like Jim, county experience and all, it's hard to go wrong.
And
I learned a lot from him anyway.
That's right, Liam. Yeah, once we learn, lads, that's the main thing. And we have a few lads. Certainly, the last day as well. Care thanked their sponsors and that the last day, and one of our sponsors the last day at the meal, and that was Con Cash of Cash's Garage in Golden. Con has been around Golden now since I think about 1960 or 61. He's more Golden than many of us, and Con has been following the Golden team for years. So I presume the club would like to sincerely thank him for his sponsorship the last day. And I'll just ask. I've Con here behind the cameras here. Come out here behind the camera. Come out here, Con. Con, that was a marvellous win.
Oh, it was, yeah. I mean, it was something. It was something that we have been waiting for. We tried it in your own time, Johnny. We failed, and I'm sure better teams than us tried before that failed. But this team stuck to their guns, and there was no doubt about it today, but which were the better team.
And Con, were you confident coming into the match today that we had a slightly better than 50-50 chance?
I did, because I feel myself that the selectors learned a little bit. They got the chance when it was a draw the last day, and I think as a unit Golden would be seen to be the better team, and I think it was maybe a smaller number of care players that did a lot of damage the last day, and I'd have to compliment the selectors in rectifying that, and they made the switches that actually kept Golden in the game at all times today.
That's right, yeah. Michael Fogarty played well when he came on, Con. He disrupted the Care centre back there a good bit at the start of the second half.
He did, yeah, and it released David Fogarty as well to wing forward. I mean, David Fogarty is one, as we know, the kingpins of the team, and it's very important from a Golden point of view to have players of the calibre of David Fogarty and all the other good players as well. Hurling, they shouldn't be tied up in knots, what Care were doing partially.
That's grand, Con. Thanks very much. And we have Donny Cross here. Donny, congratulations, a marvellous victory. Did you enjoy that game?
I enjoy every game, Johnny.
And Donny, I presume Tommy Stack has given you a day off tomorrow.
I hope so.
Well, I'll be sending him up this video tonight, and I'll be asking Stack to give you a couple of days off, because I say you might need it after tonight.
I will. I'd want a week off, Johnny, I'd say, yeah.
Right, Donny, thanks very much. We got Joe Fogarty and them there. Yeah, we got Joe. We have Joe on it. And Miley Keefe, lads, a stalwart of the Golden youngsters for years. Miley, you enjoyed that game?
Well, I enjoyed it very well, Johnny. On behalf of the senior citizens, I'd like to say the village was very well dressed, all colours, but the dressing is really finished now with the intermediate county cup to finish it off.
That's right, Miley, that's the one we wanted, and fair play to all the shops and clubs, and that they really bedecked the colours and the whole lot. They were proud of the green and white.
Proud of it, very proud of it.
And Miley, will you hit 2 weeks tonight, Joel, for now?
I'll hit anything, it'll come to foot of it.
Right, pick up. That's grand. We'll just knock it off for one moment, Brendan. Right, Brendan. I have one more player here, Brian Leamy. Brian, you picked up an injury there in the first half.
I did, Johnny. I twisted my ankle there. It's been twisted since the West final, and I got a slap in it there against Drummondage. But I have plenty of time to rest it now, you know.
Was it nerve-wracking on the sideline to be looking at him?
Well, I think they played a lot better when I came off there now, Johnny, to be honest with you.
Well, I don't know, Brian. I'll tell you, I was delighted to see you going back, wing back. I said that with your good clearances and that, but...
First half now, but I thought we were, with all the wides we drove, I suppose just as well we weren't like the last day coming in at half time 6 or 7 times up, because you tend to relax no matter how much you don't want to relax, you know.
And Tom made the goal well for Packy Hallisey. It looked well.
I thought he was being held anyway, you know, but he flicked it back out.
You wouldn't like to be standing in 20 yards in front with Packy taking a shot.
No, I think I don't know what he clocked up today. It must have been 2-4. Fair play to him, you know.
Packy was due a good game.
He was, yeah. It's a good few. I think I'm due one soon.
And Brian, are you going back to Monaghan tomorrow?
I took the week off.
Oh, Brian took the week off. That's
last week off and this week off.
That's a player that's confident of victory, Brian Leamy, and he was dead right. He has taken the week off. So lads, we'll just finish up now. Who have I here now, lads? Liam Sherlock and John Cullivan, secretary of the club. John, hold on for a moment. Just give us a minute here. John, listen, that was a marvellous victory.
Terrific, Johnny. At long last.
At long last is right. Yeah, John, I suppose for the neutral, certainly for the Golden supporters today it was marvellous, but I suppose for the neutral it was possibly too one-sided. Golden were really on top, John dear. Did you think at half-time that, how did you feel at half-time?
Not great, Johnny, you said the truth now. No, I thought Care would come at us again for another 10 minutes, a quarter of an hour anyway in the second half. But after a quarter of an hour the second half we'd held them. I felt confident enough that we'd hold on, you know.
That the cup could actually be... That the cup should...
Say when Leamy went off there, it was a change and turning point in the game. We went well after that.
Yeah, he said it himself that he was inclined to slow down the operation.
He was, yeah.
And John, it has been a marvellous year for the Golden Club.
Terrific, Johnny. This is probably the icing on the cake for us now, you know. We didn't think we'd win an intermediate championship, but we're delighted at long last. Long time trying.
And John, did the board come down from Roscommon?
She's there somewhere, Johnny, yeah.
It's okay. We'll sing her praises tonight. Just to finish up now, James Donald, the chairman of the club, and it's terribly important that when history is created, that we've all these guys who are involved in the club and that. James, I'm sure your father, the Lord Mercy, would have been absolutely thrilled today. I'll tell you, this morning going into Golden, I went out from Mass about 9:20 and I went out to 2 graves, Jimmy Donald and Marty Connell, apart from my own father and mother, just to kind of tell them that, remind them that we're in a county final. But I presume, James, that they were looking down for today.
I'd say so, yeah. They'd be very happy today.
Oh, very happy. And James, Golden really played well there in the second half, didn't they?
Oh yeah, we threw away some scores in the first half, but once we held out after the first 10 minutes, I knew that we were coming into the game and we had to score. We were the better team on the day, I thought, and we played well towards the end.
Yeah, James, often selectors can be criticised for making changes and things like that. I know when things work out then they get all the praise and that, but fair play to the Golden selectors, Jim Fogarty and Liam Sullivan. They took the bull by the horns and they said Niall Fogarty would go centre field, and I thought to myself during the week that was a marvellous move, and it really worked out well, because Niall Fogarty had a hostile game at centre field.
Oh, I think so, yeah. He did an awful lot of donkey work, and David was able to clear ball in the from centre back position, and young David had a great game from centre back.
That's right, yeah. James, thanks very much, and the Donnell team have been part and parcel of the Golden Club for years, and I'll finish up now by saying congratulations to Golden Kilfeacle on a marvellous victory. Certainly I say hard luck to a Gallen Care team. Above anyone else, I wouldn't mind who Golden would beat in a county final, but Care, we find that like everything else, they're good old neighbours and friends down there, the Maloney's and Paul Mucka and the Highlands, and all them people I know them for years, and I'd say like hard luck to them, but we wish them the very best of luck next year in intermediate hurling, and hopefully Golden and Care will get together to have an old challenge or tournament game along during the summer, because last Sunday's game was a marvellous victory, or a marvellous game, and tremendous excitement and the whole lot, and Care, we wish them the best of luck, and the best of luck to Golden and Kilfeacle, and we'll see you all tonight, lads, in the 4 pubs, and thanks to our sponsors and supporters and everybody else, and lads, if you're asked to support Golden Club during the year, we'll say with now financial donations, whatever the case may be, please do, because the training fund has been, like everything else, a lot of money has gone out to train these teams, all the teams, and thanks to everybody concerned, especially the selectors, and congrats to David Fogarty, the captain, and all the rest. Thank you, Johnny Luby. Now, I wrote a poem about this gallant team, and thanks be to God I've had a chance to say it, because if we were beaten by Care, we'd have had no chance. But now that we won, I'll give you most of it, of what I can remember of it at the moment. It goes something like this. Congrats to Dahi and the boys in green. You're the best in tip that I have seen. You beat Lattencullen and Arraville on the way. In Clonolty's fine pitch, you made our day. Here at half-time a 12-point lead you did pinch. Against the gallant opponents, we called drum an inch. And as victory and defeat in the eyes did stare, you laid to rest a gallant Care. I have no doubt, no doubt, no doubt, you're the best in the north, mid, west or south. And now I'll mention this gallant team, proud wearers they are of the white and green. Up on the border the first stop I'll make, just above Golden, they call Castle Lake. Rafferty is the man with the number 1 badge, a son of Big Tiges and lovely Madge. He's the boy with that lovely little grin. Nicky English did say, I don't like facing him. At cornerback, my pride and joy, he's number 2. John Curran is the man for me and you. In Clonolty's fine pitch he looked jet-lagged. The Roscommon bird, she could have him shagged. But will John Curran get married this coming May? No, says Nancy, if I've my say. Now at full back place it's number 3, man by Coney, known as Chi-Chi. He proved a player, he is so versatile, he proved it up here on Borlahan's fine soil. At cornerback we certainly had Donny Cross the man, a proud new dad. Congrats to you, Donny, on this marvellous double event. Will you make sure the children's allowance is money well spent? And I have no doubt that the baby's first words of call, hey Dad, would you ever get rid of that bloody ball? Our man that dons Ivor Shea. David Fogarty is the man that was making hay. Like Kerrygold butter, he's a son of Bowl Jims, known as the woodcutter. And besides him, yes, we had 2 boys. Proud futures they have for the golden fountain eyes. Out on the right we have Brian Leamy, a son of Jack's and me old friend Reenie. And over on the left, you will agree, he's one of the best from Clahalee. I'll finish with Ger Luby on a one-liner. He'd have to be good, lads. He's related to the minor. Now the centre field men, they played their part. Niall Fogarty and Sherlock, they showed plenty of heart. But Davy Fogarty was the captain of this gallant crew. On his goal in Tiptown I had a good view. Here he showed dash, pace and skill. A goal we roared, Christ, what a thrill. Like on a sixpenny bit he can turn and twist. All he lacks now buys is Joe's left fist. And at full forward then we have Tom Leamy. Like Brian, a son of Jack and Reenie's. A marvellous man when in full sight. Leamy has spectacular light. Of course I've left out 4 others. Their fathers are proud and so are their mothers. And so are all the men who follow this team, the team that dons the white and green. Now the supporters they came, they rallied to the call, from all walks of life, even Fianna Fáil. But one thing about our party, and it's Bill to his admission, we're going to go on our own and fuck the coalition. John Stapleton up and down the line he did roar. I thought for a minute or two 'twas Johnny Donnell's bore. Come on Golden, he shouted, and give her the throttle. Fuck off, he told another fella, and get your own bottle. Bill Toohey, when he came back to bear, he muttered, excuse me darling wife, he said, I think I'm scuttered. In Andy Fogarty's pub I had 10 brandies and a drop of red, and now I'm shagging off to bed. But congrats to the wood carver and the sparman as well, like CIE, a cosy little cartel. When Fogarty got married he got a dowry, to be investigated now by one Michael Lowry. 50,000 a year, lads, he has with a Merc, but manager of the Golden team, that is the perk. Liam Sullivan is the man with the lovely voice. When taking your money, he is very nice. He can pick a bird as good as I've seen. Mother of 3, could be 4, we call her Pauline. In Sully, lads, yes, she got a nice bloke. Pauline, what are you having? A Bacardi and Coke. And the supporters also, they came for the sport. Jimmy Ryan from Kilfeacle, Berkeley from Newport. Along with John Blake, he is so witty. Next year I'm 80, he says, and I won't be afraid of Kitty. So congrats to young Sherlock, a player so versatile, born, bred and reared down in Ballydile. To his parents he certainly gave a great kick. Thank you, Mrs. Sherlock and Roscommon man Mick. And now, lads, I'm going to finish by saying one thing to the man above. For doing this I'm going to promise you hope, charity, faith and love. At 11:30 every night to my wife and family I'll go home, and I'll never again write a bloody poem. Thanks very much. And that's it.